What's up, guys? Hi, welcome to today's video. Today's video, by the way, is just to prep you. It's just going to be a little candid chat because I felt called to do that. I wanted to just talk to you guys because this week I am going through a really intense yoga training, and I mean really intense. I'm on the East Coast, and the group that I'm doing this with is not here. They are in the UK, and so the time difference is about 5 hours, which means that essentially for me, I get up at 1 in the morning, well, depending on how much sleep I may or may not have gotten the night before, I get up at like 1 or 1:30 for a 2 a.m. intense 2-hour yoga session. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel at all, but I only really seriously got into yoga about 2 months ago. August, end of the very last week of August, I got into some yoga, and this level of yoga is much more than that. I was trying to think how to word it, and there's so many things I could say about it, but it's a very powerful type of yoga, and it's unlocking my mind in ways that I was not expecting, to be honest. I know that yoga has the power to make us feel more calm, collected, to get in flow, but I didn't really realize the fact that we have literal taps on our body, that like our back, for instance, which can hold emotional traumas. And so the thing that I wanted to talk about, and this came up for me yesterday, is right now, while we're all in this situation that we're in, which I don't even want to go into, but you all know what it is, obviously. So we hear it in the media, to a ridiculous amount, if you ask me. So we all know what's going on. But if you don't know what's going on and you happen to be catching this video like way in the future or something, just know that COVID was a strange thing. And I shouldn't even say that in a video really, but oh well, whatever. COVID was a thing, and it took the world out of commission for the whole year, pretty much. So anyway, just see Cliff Notes on 2020 if you're watching this in the future and you don't know what I'm talking about. But what I wanted to talk about was, I guess, there's no way to really say this in one subject. So I'll just say the importance of laughter and the importance of your peer group right now, specifically, but in general as well, but also right now in the world. Like I was saying before, I am taking this really intense yoga course, and it pushes your body. Like I said, I'm kind of new to this, and so pushing my body actually even is a kind of a new concept. And then, I'm as a personality type, I'm someone who's a perfectionist, so I like to not let people down. Say, like, if you were doing anything in any kind of a fitness class and the coach is cheering you on, I'm not someone who wants to let the coach down or let the person down, and so I tend to sometimes over push myself. So I've been going through this interesting discovery of balance and balancing my life out, I suppose. And it's really, really been interesting and fun and just kind of mind-blowing and crazy, and all from just yoga. And I say just yoga, I don't mean, it's just yoga. No, this yoga, boy, here's an example. So we were doing this one particular exercise, which I will probably most definitely get teased about in the future for, but it's okay. I don't mind. Because honestly, it cracked me up as well. But anyway, so this, I don't know, they're pretty much any of the names of the poses. I hardly know any of them. But that being set aside, so we were doing 108 repetitions of this pose. Again, I don't know the name of it. It's like a version of Cobra, I think, or something. And we did 108 of them. And afterwards, my back was feeling some things. And I WhatsApped a friend and I told her about this, and I referred to them as backups, and she just, everybody, the two friends that I had that I told just absolutely found it to be the most hysterical thing. And I I know this might seem like a strange connection, but it just made me appreciate my friends so much. And that made me think about this subject. When we're stuck here on our own, you know, thank goodness, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, I'm actually really gracious for the internet. Because do you know what? Right now, can you imagine what this time would be like if we didn't have the internet for communication? I mean, me. No, really though, I'm so grateful for technology because even though I struggle with it sometimes, like I don't know how to do everything, and you know, there are many times I come up against technological challenges, I'm really, really grateful because somehow amidst all of this chaos in this insane year, like I've had the best year. I have made some absolutely unbelievably like inspiring friends who are just some of the most loving people I have ever seen, and they have some of the most infectious laughs and smiles that I've ever seen. I've never ever been so grateful for so much in my life ever before. And so what am I saying here? I'm saying two things, I guess. The one thing is that I know we're all really going through it, and I'm right there with you. You know, I've got challenges of my own as well. And although I often try to put a smile on people's faces, I just wanted to let you be real with you and let you know that I'm struggling with things too. You know, we're all, and in that I'm just saying solidarity, like we're in this together. You know, let's be in it together. Let's acknowledge where we're having a challenge, and let's acknowledge, better yet, let's acknowledge when we have little wins, any wins. As one of my favorite mentors likes to say, celebrate all wins. And I found that to be so valuable. You know, for me in my process of yoga, it's like, okay, can I move my foot like even that much more today forward towards my head or behind my head or wherever crazy yoga position we're doing. And so I was feeling such gratitude after, so we had this really long day of practice and culminated in this really intense dynamic flow. And at the end of it, we were basically all sort of grunting and panting and just like, whew. And, you know, at the end of something like that, you're kind of like, you know, grateful / exhausted / a mess, a grateful mess. But when I had that laugh with my friend, I mean, I am talking about laughs that just not only do they put a smile on your face, but they're so infectious that you can't help but laugh. And the reason this is more funny to me is because not only did we do 108 of those, what I call backups, which had people in stitches, but we also did, I forget how many to be honest, but I want to say it was like 100, but I wasn't counting because my stomach was on fire. But we did like something like 100 of these boat pose, or just held it for a long time is what it was. And now let me tell you something. I have never in my life used my abs, as it turns out. I only recently discovered that when I started practicing this type of yoga. It is unreal. My abs are feeling all kinds of sensations. And all I can say to that really is I'm so grateful that I'm going to have that six-pack one day. Because it's not something I ever had, and I would love that. So what am I saying? I'm saying to laugh, to try to find that humor wherever and whenever you can, you know, like try to love yourself and boost yourself up whenever you can, and have a laugh with your friends. If you don't have friends, like I didn't until very, very recently, just have a laugh. It doesn't even really matter as long as you're not harming anyone, and you know, whatever you're laughing at, just have a laugh. Seek out the laughs because it's vital. Like without those little bursts of chuckles or just absolute hysterical laughter, you know, this year is just going to be so much harder for everybody. And I know that you don't need to struggle anymore. You don't need to go through any more challenges. Like we're good on that. 2020 has gave us plenty of those. That was terrible English, but whatever. So then my second piece of advice, I guess, for this year is really, truly, if you feel like you haven't found your tribe, your vibe, you know, again, that's one of my sort of clan's sayings, is that your tribe is your vibe. And I absolutely believe in it. It's absolutely 1,000 gajillion% true. And I don't know, what was so wonderful and beautiful about that day was that even though we were all so completely spent and exhausted, and like, I mean, it was we were all kind of just laughing about it because I think of how had someone asked us to do one more push-up, I think we would not have been able to do it for all of us putting our strength together. The power of your friends can really just boost your morale. For instance, this one friend that had left me a message kind of giggling at me, but in a very loving way, I said to her that if I had, if we were in the apocalypse and someone said that you can only keep one piece of sound, like one little sound bite for the rest of eternity, you can only have this one piece of something to listen to forever, what would it be? And I had to pick something, it would be her freaking laugh. Because people, I'm telling you, find friends with infectious laughs, find friends with infectious smiles, seek out those people now. Because the people that you're going to find now are going to be the heart-centered, like good vibesy, like right people for you, whatever your thing is, whatever your vibe is. Because don't be afraid to be yourself in that, I guess, as well. Had I not been myself, like as much as I possibly could, you don't know what you don't know until you learn. So as I learn more, I become more myself and allow myself to express more of myself. And I encourage you to do the same thing and allow that to be like a guiding light towards your people, towards your tribe, because it's amazing how really very little, what might seem like little to the outside world, so, laughter, for instance, like maybe some folks don't initially think, oh, gee, that could turn a whole day around. But I tell you, within a span, literally now, if I'm feeling depressed, all I do is scroll down to that message, I play it, I listen for like no time at all. It doesn't take any time. And before I know it, I have a full ear grin and I'm laughing hysterically from my poor burning abs. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it was so important to me. And I thought, you know what, if I needed to hear that and if I needed to experience this feeling, this absolute just support and bliss like I haven't felt from people ever before, if I can share that with you, to just feel the lightness occasionally, find that laugh, find those people that, the instant you see them, you have a smile on your face. Those people are the gems and they're out there right now. They're just it's like the universe went poof and just kind of threw everyone out there this year and then locked us up in our houses, which is kind of strange, right? But we all found each other through the beauty of the internet. And so with that, I do have to take off and get actually back to this event, which is going on momentarily. Yes, it's 5 a.m. for me now. And I wanted to say, just in regards to my slightly more lax posting schedule, just know that it is because when I do something, this is going to sound, maybe I'm contradicting myself, maybe I will learn more in the future, but for the time being, when I do something, I like to put my whole heart and focus into that thing. And for me right now, this is that yogi program. So I just want you to all know that I haven't abandoned you. My uploads, I'm still going to keep them as regular as I can, but I have to just let you know that they may not be exactly on the same time schedule as normal, but they will still be definitely coming up for sure. So, and they might be a little bit of varied content. It might be a bit more chats with me just for now, because the experience is really amazing and it's really just opening up my mind a lot and teaching me so many things. So I hope that that video helps you in some way. I truly do, because I think that it's so important to laugh and it's so important to feel like there's at least one person in the world, anywhere in the world, doesn't matter if they're in your physical proximity, that that if you close your eyes and you think and feel love, that you're like, this person loves me and I love them, and that you have that mutual support. It's really, really invaluable, that support system, that network. And as one of my other mentors likes to say very, very often, your network equals your net worth. So value yourself. You guys are all worth it. You are. Each and every one of you out there in the world, yes, each and every one of you, I said that, has a very specific purpose on this planet, and you're here for a purpose. You are. So I just strongly encourage you to find your tribe and go out there and do your purpose. I don't really think that's great English, but go after it. Now is the time. Don't let this be the time where you say, I'll do it later. Let this be the time where you go, no, I'm going to do it now. So with that, my beautiful, beautiful friends, I love you so much. I really hope that somehow you're staying well amidst all this chaos. Know that with chaos comes order, and this will work out eventually. Something will shift and change, and the world will find some kind of balance again. And until then, I send you all the love in the world, genuinely from my heart to yours, and I hope you find your tribe. Much love. Mwah. Goodbye, my friends.